Good day.
That's it?
That was all I had.
See, here's the thing. So we're at a point now where if I press the record button, I know
that I'm going to panic and say something.
You're going to panic and start singing.
Yes.
But now if you're just running out of ideas and you're running out of melodies, beautiful melodies, what are we going to do?
I think we should get music.
Okay, so here's the part where I reveal a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I've been avoiding getting music.
Holy shit.
Just to get some more beautiful, beautiful tunes out of your mouth hole, out of your food hole.
Out of my food hole?
Mm-hmm.
My food hole isn't for singing, Rob.
But you've been using it like a bird.
That's true.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
This is probably not new listener friendly. Hi. My name is Rob Moan.
And I'm Kaitlyn Alexander.
Welcome to How to Not is a show.
It's a show.
It's a show.
Yes.
That's one thing.
It's one thing.
The second thing.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast. It can be both things simultaneously. Those words don't necessarily mean one or the other.
It's true.
But this is a show where we read WikiHow articles, real how-to articles about important things.
Yeah.
That we need to learn in order to become normal, regular human beings.
Because neither of us are.
No, we need the help.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get help from people who know about things
that you don't know about.
That you don't know about at all.
Yeah.
For instance, today's article.
How to join the Ragdoll Culture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Ragdoll Culture is. I barely know anything about ragdolls. I did not know that there was a culture around this. And I want to join, Rob.
Mm-hmm. Have you read, I'm being serious. Have you read this article at all?
No.
Okay. I haven't either. No. So going into it, my idea is that this might be some sort of dance culture that is based on ragdoll physics in video games, which is where you hit somebody and they just kind of like, their body doesn't really react like human bodies do, but it's very cool to watch because it's just kind of like whipping some sort of doll up against a wall or something.
I like the one that you have more because my idea of ragdoll culture was like, you know, you go walk into your grandparents' house and they have all those like creepy dolls, like porcelain dolls. Like it's like that, except with ragdolls that are like.
Which part is carrying over from the porcelain dolls? Just
having
dolls?
A room of dolls, but these are ragdolls.
Oh, ragdoll culture. So it's just a collector culture.
It's just a collector culture.
Okay, of ragdolls.
Yes.
Right.
I'm hoping to be proven wrong because I'm terrified of dolls.
Is that more? Well, are ragdolls more or less creepy? Would a ragdoll collection be more or less creepy than a porcelain doll collection?
Less, because porcelain dolls, like
are
their eyes
creepy.
Follow you, which is why I don't like them.
But ragdolls,
you
can't hurt them.
You can't hurt them. They can't hurt you.
Porcelain dolls, you could smash them. You could end them there.
You could end them.
You have the power.
It's true.
Ragdolls, you throw them against the wall. They can just come back. They can just bounce back.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh,
have I introduced a new level of this creepiness?
Have.
Well, you just got to consider.
Well, shit.
You got to consider all the pros and cons of your enemies.
We're gonna look at quality control for this article. So there's two votes. 0 stars.
Oh wait, hold on. When you told me this before, I thought you said 0 stars as in nobody had voted for this.
No, this is 2 people voted.
And they gave it 0 out of 5.
Yes.
Okay.
14 people wrote this.
Okay.
It was updated last a year ago, and it has been viewed 9,000 times.
So the 2 people who did vote either felt that they are either experts on ragdoll culture who felt that this was not representative of their culture, or they came away thinking, I don't know what ragdoll culture is at all.
Yes. It also tells me that the co-authors did not think to vote their article up after they edited it.
Well, that's the first thing you do. Every time you post something on like Facebook, you like your own thing.
You have to like. It's like giving yourself a self high five.
On Instagram, on Twitter,
you like it.
It's the coolest thing you can do. Is liking your own comment.
Self-congratulations is the highest form of coolness.
Because somebody sees you post on Twitter, and they're just like, a little throwaway thought, not worth anything.
But they see that like.
You liked it yourself.
They're like, holy shit.
This person made something that they love, that they put the time into, that expresses themselves.
And suddenly that little throwaway sentence, it just means so much.
And suddenly, I like quiches. Is not just a throwaway dumb comment that really robbed my time.
It's a soul-bearing statement.
I know it's you opening up yourself so that you can be understood.
Exactly.
And that's a beautiful thing.
So I'm going to tell you
So back to this dumb article.
The description about this article, because there's a lot of random capitalization happening.
Okay. Random capitalization as in
You
think it actually is...
Words that should not be capitalized in the middle of sentences are capitalized in the middle of sentences.
I just wanted to confirm. It's not like words that you think might actually be nouns or proper nouns in this culture. They might actually have some significant meaning. It's just random words.
I think that whoever wrote this just decided to make it a statement by just capitalizing random things.
And by whoever you wrote this, you mean how many co-authors?
14.
Right.
And no one proofread it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Or the last person. She's got it right under the wire, and everybody else is like, well, I'm not touching this.
Fuck, yeah, that's done.
Okay.
A shy culture has been lurking in the darkness for a while now, and some think it is one that ought to be shared with the world. Mm-hmm. This is ragdoll fashion and culture.
Okay, fashion and culture. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This article will be to help those discover their ragdoll side and help to connect with others who are ragdolls. If you are interested in the ragdoll lifestyle, then please read on. Oh, I am into it.
I'm interested. Still don't know what it is.
There you go. That'll help you.
Okay.
First step, understand ragdoll. Ragdoll is a culture centered around self-expression. The aesthetic mode of self-expression is ragdoll-style garb. For example, patches, zippers, buttons, etc. The ragdoll style is loud and intended for people loud on the inside as well. I'm saying it like that because loud is completely capitalized.
Gotcha.
It has an old yet edgy feel, much like steampunk does. The ragdoll culture is mostly solitary, and many ragdolls do not know that they are ragdolls. There is little to no online culture, and in real life, running into ragdolls is rare.
Okay, now, so I'm a little concerned.
Yes.
I'm genuinely concerned.
Yes.
That we don't know if this is a real thing or not.
I don't
want to offend anybody. I'm genuinely trying to figure out if this is a real thing. I'm
genuinely curious about this. Like, I'm not doing this, like, yeah, let's be clear that we're not mocking this culture.
No.
I think that I'm just literally learning about a brand new thing today.
Right. But also, some red flags in that.
Yes.
In that description.
Yes.
For one thing, it's like...
Loud was bothering me.
Right.
First of all.
I found it weird. So, it seems to be named after ragdolls because, like, kind of like ragdoll. Is it Andy? What is that?
Whatever.
The famous one.
The one. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
But it's like a patchy look. It seems kind of like sewn together from various things.
Yeah, exactly.
But it says essentially, don't look this up. This is definitely a real thing, but there is almost nothing on the internet.
Online culture.
Everything is online. Yeah. Everything is on the internet.
And this article is how to join the culture.
Right.
But you're saying that it's non-existent, so I'm now questioning.
If we went on Google and this WikiHow article is the first thing to show up, then it might not be a real thing.
It's true.
We could test that probably. Can you search ragdoll culture on Google?
I'm going to Google
this. I feel like
now.
it will come up with just ragdoll purchasers and collectors.
Ragdoll culture. Well, the first thing that came up is WikiHow.
Damn it! Are we being bamboozled? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And then a description of a cat that acts like a ragdoll sometimes.
Okay, so we're not sure.
So I'm not sure.
So I'm judging this article genuinely by how much can it convince me
that this is a real thing.
That this is a real thing.
Yes.
It's communication abilities. Can you convince me that this thing I don't know, and I'm clicking on your article because I'm interested
because I'm into it.
Or at least I'm interested in experiencing new things.
Yes.
Can you, convince me that it's a real thing?
Yes.
Which should be easy.
It should be
I don't need to convince you that the sun is real or the earth is round, although for some people.
Oh, yeah.
But number two, that it is something interesting and worth exploring more. Because even if it was like something that interested other people, you need to present it in a way where it's going to be interesting to people outside that culture.
It's very true.
It's a common thing where, like, if you are into something, like, for instance, me talking to you about Funko Pops and toys from various Marvel and Star Wars movies.
You screwed me over.
Right, but even still, you've stopped, but I still send you, like, look at this new Ramona Flowers
Rob.
and Gideon. Look at these new ones. Because I find it interesting, and you don't find it interesting anymore.
I find it interesting. Aww. I just have to, like, stop myself from spending every cent that I've ever made on Funkos. So I just stopped completely, because otherwise...
You know people are just going to buy you Funkos now. Because you've said that your main issue to stop you from getting them is money.
Yes.
So now if you see Kaitlyn on the street, please present them with a Funko Pop.
Oh my God, please don't.
You're just going to come home one day from like a meetup or something.
So many. I'm just like, help me.
But anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it can be a very self-contained. I mean, this weekend was Toy Fair.
Yes.
Hasbro goes and they show all the toys that they're going to come out with
excited
in the
about
next
that,
year,
didn't you?
I stopped myself from sending you. They're making an Eric Killmonger toy with a Michael B. Jordan head, and it looks like Michael B. Jordan.
Holy shit!
It looks so. There's an Ant-Man, with an unmasked Paul Rudd head, and I'm telling everyone right now, go Google this Ant-Man Toy Fair Paul Rudd head. That should get you, because it looks like Paul Rudd, but like super cartoonish. It's like an 80s cartoon version of Paul Rudd.
Oh my god.
With the biggest smirk on his face. It looks perfectly Paul Rudd, but it's also like, this is weird, and I love it.
That's amazing.
Now see, I've just communicated.
Yes.
What excites me about this.
You did.
Can this article do the same for Ragdoll Culture?
This is a test.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Second step. Analyze yourself. The question is not, how do I become a ragdoll? The true question is, am I a ragdoll?
Oh no.
As stated above, many ragdolls are unaware that they are ragdolls. There are many people who enjoy the ragdoll art style, admire the fashion, or identify with the attitude without even knowing it. Here's a list of things you may want to ask yourself.
Okay.
If you answer yes to most or all of them, you may be interested in the culture.
Okay.
Do you enjoy ragged style?
I don't know what it is.
Do you like stitching, patches, mixed materials?
Not really. No.
Cool. Are you a quirky person?
I mean,
Yes.
It feels weird to say that about yourself.
It does. It's very weird. Do you enjoy Tim Burton films?
Oh no. Is this where we're going? Oh no. Oh no.
Do you like to project your emotions outward with the way you dress?
Doesn't everyone kind of?
Are you an individual?
Should I be concerned that your voice is getting so high? How many more questions are there? How higher can you go? Oh, here we go. 4 more. You indicated 4 more with your fingers.
Are you highly expressive?
Uh-huh.
Do you express yourself in what you wear?
Sure.
Do you like to dress up in costumes or cosplay?
Not personally.
And finally, do you appreciate the avant-garde?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's like they just gave a list of seemingly random questions.
That's 10? See, it felt like 10 unconnected questions.
It was 10 unconnected questions.
So you have to check off all these boxes in order to be part of Ragdoll Culture?
Yes to most or all of them.
Okay,
I think it's safe to say I am not a ragdoll.
Like, they feel a little connected, but I still have almost...
The one that scares me the most. Are you an individual?
Was that one of them?
Yes. That's one of the questions. Are you an individual?
Here's the thing. Half of them were very specific. Half of them were just general. Like, do you wear clothes that you think
Do you exist?
Do you wear clothes that aren't completely against the kind of person you are?
Are you expressive?
Do you not wear clothes that's a joke?
Do you dress yourself?
I feel like I have an idea of a very specific idea, but also no idea about what this culture is.
Get creative. If you feel like the ragdoll culture might be for you, express your artistic potential within the ragdoll style if you already haven't. Try stitching, patching, dolling up clothes, etc. You don't have to be good at it. You don't even have to peruse ragdoll art yourself, but exploring your own potential may help you get in touch with the ragdoll spirit.
What's dolling up clothes?
What is the ragdoll spirit?
Tell us!
That didn't tell us anything. Is it a literal spirit? Am I summoning demons? Is that what you're asking me? Because the way it was written made it seem like you have to connect with the spirit of the ragdolls.
Of our patron saint, Raggedy Andy.
Raggedy Andy. Would Cabbage Patch Kids constitute ragdolls?
I'm not sure.
Are they ragdolls?
Here's what I'm trying to think. I feel like there's a specific Tim Burton character I'm trying to think of. And I'm really hindered by the fact that I've seen almost no classic Tim Burton movies.
I have seen no Tim Burton movies.
Here's my story.
I haven't even seen Nightmare Before Christmas.
Here's my story. When I was a kid, there was a friend who was obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas, and I found it a little scary.
Yeah, me too.
But I lied because it was like his favorite movie, and he's like, "Do you like it?" And I'm like,
Hell yeah,
sure." And then every time I visited him, we would have to watch Nightmare Before Christmas, and then he moved away, and he gave me the VHS as a gift.
Oh. No.
And so I'm coming at this with baggage.
Yes.
I can't.
You can't come into the ragdoll party with baggage.
I'm going to judge all Tim Burton by Nightmare Before Christmas, which I already have bad experiences with. Of feeling horrible guilt because I'm a lying liar.
Yeah.
And I've held that guilt with me forever.
You know what's weird, Rob?
Yep.
I did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend, but they didn't give me a VHS, but I had a friend who was obsessed and I pretended that I liked it.
Is it? Wait. Wait.
Is everybody just pretending to like it?
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah.
I think that's what we
Is
hit
that a
upon.
conspiracy? Like, everybody's like, oh, yeah,
I
I
don't think it's
love Nightmare
I don't think it's a
Before Christmas.
conspiracy. It's just the fact that Hot Topic sales are mostly generated by people trying to convince other people, I do like this. Totally.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone is just telling each other, I do like that thing that I'm pretty sure you like.
Yes.
But nobody actually likes it.
We just came up.
Live your life. Be free. If you listening think that you like Nightmare Before Christmas, look inside yourself and realize.
Ask, am I an individual?
Do you? Are you an individual? Do you actually like Nightmare Before Christmas? Because all signs point to nobody likes Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyway, going back.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a Tim Burton character I'm trying to think of specifically. I feel like it doesn't necessarily have like actual limbs that touch the ground, but it's like it's made out of some sort of like blanket or tent that is quilted and patched together from a bunch of things.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Is that Ragdoll Culture?
I don't know. This hasn't clarified anything for me.
I'm trying to think.
Google won't help either.
Is it? It's not Frankenweenie. Am I trying to like? Is it something in that aesthetic of like
maybe
something stitched together?
Yeah.
I think it might be an animal. Is there a ghost dog in Nightmare Before Christmas? Okay, so the image on the WikiHow article is literally like somebody making a Nightmare Before Christmas-esque doll.
Is this just for hardcore fans of
Nightmare Before Christmas? Oh, I hope not. Did we fall for another Nightmare Before Christmas prank? Can you look up, is there a ghost dog in Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yes, I'll look at
literally that phrase. And silence.
Zero the ghost dog.
That is it, does it look like it's made of patches and stuff? Is that where the name Patches comes from for dogs?
No, it looks like it's just a hovering sheet.
I drank tea 30 minutes ago, and I feel like I'm really caffeinated this episode.
I feel like you are hallucinating.
I'm trying to figure out what Ragdoll Culture is. Well, it's impossible.
We're trying to figure it out, right? So here's the next step.
Talk me down.
Explore Ragdoll art. Mm-hmm. Ragdoll art is pretty neat.
Screen prints of Tim Burton movie.
And it is the style Ragdoll is based around. Tim Burton.
No!
Makes great ragdoll style movies. Fashion-wise, there are many great independent artists / designers you can enjoy. The same goes for pictorial art. Since ragdoll is a shy, emerging culture, you may struggle to find things overtly. You may struggle to find things overtly identified as ragdoll culture. So don't look for what calls itself ragdoll. Look for what you think is ragdoll. This way, ragdoll style art shouldn't be hard to find. It refuses to define what it is.
Okay, so here's my thinking. Mm-hmm. Tim Burton movies are for Tim Burton fans.
Yes.
That is a culture where I feel like nobody does a good job of communicating why I should care about Tim Burton
That
movies.
is very true.
That links back to what I'm...
This may be the most controversial episode we've ever made.
So look, you can like whatever you like.
You can like what you like.
I'm being very genuine.
Yes.
I don't get the appeal, and also... I'm a little exhausted by Kaitlyn is shaking their head back and forth vigorously.
I don't get
in
it
agreement.
I agree you.
But I feel like there is a lack of telling me why Tim Burton movies are cool, except for like showing me a design and going like, huh?
Isn't that cool?
Huh?
And I'm like, if you like it, that's awesome.
Somebody just needs to communicate why.
Yes.
Now here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's my conspiracy.
Yes.
14 co-authors on this?
Yes.
Tim Burton already has a problem with communicating why somebody should care about his movies?
Yes.
All right, so the authors of this article, 1, Tim Burton.
Yes.
2, Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes.
3, Johnny Depp. And then 4 through 14, alt accounts for those 3 people.
Everybody knows those 3 people have several WikiHow accounts that they contribute through.
That's why Helena Bonham Carter doesn't do that many film roles in between Tim Burton movies.
Yeah, the random capitalization and like the emphasis, that's Helena. Like she's in there to just emphasize certain things that she thinks is important.
Her acting style can sometimes be described as yelling every 5th word for no reason.
Her acting style can be described as emphatic.
Yes. There you go.
Then Tim Burton, he's like, I need people to understand. I'm going to write this article. And Helena was like, that's cool. I'm just going to come in there and I'm going to emphasize. Then Johnny Depp was like, I suck and I'm an abuser. And then he just walked away.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
I was like, I'm not touching him. Mm-hmm. Next. This is the next step. And it has nothing to do with seemingly anything that came before it.
Mm-hmm. I just want to point out right now.
Yes.
We're 20 minutes into recording.
Oh, no.
You swore that we would not hit 20 minutes. This is not a long enough article. And look what we've done.
We've done it. Play dress up. Don't let the prospect of dressing ragdoll scare you away. Being ragdoll is like being in any other fashion expressing subculture/fandom. It is the way to express yourself at different levels. Some only identify on the inside and some wear the full suit. Though you may not want to go around as dressed ragdoll, it is fun to make costumes for party and even to wear it around the house. You can even do ragdoll style cosplays.
What is ragdoll?
They're like
I'm just gonna have to assume it is. Do you want to look like a Nightmare Before Christmas character? I have to assume it.
I have to assume that's what it is. And that's cosplay. Like, you just...
Well, cosplay is you want to literally look like a character,
here's the
right?
thing.
Cosplay is specific to characters, right?
Yes.
It's not just a general aesthetic.
Tim Burton desperately wants to start a fashion line called Ragdoll Culture. He's put this out as a preliminary test to see if there was any interest in it.
And he can't present it as a new idea. He has to present it as... This will be a fashion brand that capitalizes on a culture that already exists. Let me link you to a WikiHow article that shows.
Exactly.
14 co-authors.
He refuses to define what it is exactly. Mm-hmm. Also, when he saw that it's been a year since it's been published, there's still 0 stars on it. He just backed away from the idea, and that's why you don't hear him talking publicly about it.
Mm-hmm. Because what's the last movie he made? Not Dark Shadows. It was after Dark Shadows.
Was it Alice in Wonderland?
Alice in Wonderland was like 2010. Dark Shadows was like 2012.
I don't know. I don't.
Those were my college years, so I remember what movies came out which year because I didn't do anything else. So this is what he's been working on since Dark Shadows, I assume. Oh, Big Eyes? Big Eyes was somewhere in there. Yeah. I didn't see that, but that's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
I heard that's good.
I heard it's good.
But he's been laying low lately, working on his fashion line.
Working on his fashion, working on this article, beefing it up.
Did he and Helena Bonham Carter get divorced?
Are they married?
I think were married. Yes.
Oh. Things I didn't know.
There you go.
Okay, next step. Make your fashion practical. If you want to go full ragdoll all the time, then more power to you, but chances are you don't. If you want to express your inner passion through fashion while going over the top, there are many solutions. You can keep it in accessories by wearing ragdoll-like knuckle gloves or hand-stitched bracelets. You can even doll up clothing by cutting and patching old jeans, for example. You can even do your hair ragdoll style. Many do this by braiding it if it's longer or just rustling it up if you're shorter. What the fuck is ragdoll style?
Am I crazy, or has every single step devolved into...
There's no real...
take something and make a patchy version of it. Yeah. It's just kind of rewording the same thing over and over. There's no real
They have no definition yet.
Yeah.
I've still yet to know what the hell they're talking about.
Because you got to let the youths decide for themselves.
You do. The youths need to just create it for themselves.
You give the youths something.
Yes.
They take it. They make it their own. And then you, as part of the system, commodify it.
You just adopt it.
And that is how I am woke, I think.
Yes.
Sure.
This is what I'm thinking would have been a better strategy for Tim Burton and his fashion line, the Ragdoll Culture.
Yep.
Give it to the gays.
Totally.
Hell yeah. Like, expressing yourself. Hell yeah. We can define shit that nobody can define.
There's genuinely some like ways you could take this in an interesting direction.
Ragdoll drag.
Right.
That would be really cool.
Even the idea of like, I am constantly like looking for things that like fit in a good way. So I might like the look of something, the aesthetic of something, the pattern of something, but I can't find it in a way that I like.
Yes.
So I could patch together a bunch of things that I am into.
Yes.
And then find a new aesthetic in ways to where these different patches could complement each other in a cool way. Like Tim Burton, you need to figure out what it is. Also, you could probably work in the colors outside black. Yeah. That would probably help. Help a little bit. Yeah. Although the monotone, it probably makes everything match together a lot easier.
That is true.
Otherwise, you start to look like a circus clown.
And then you don't want that.
You don't want that.
No, not
That's
at all.
not ragdoll.
That's not ragdoll.
It's not ragdoll.
You know, we can't define what ragdoll is,
we can define
but we
one
can tell
thing.
you what it isn't.
Circus clowns?
Not ragdoll.
You're out.
You're out. You're not invited to the party.
You're not in ragdoll parties. I'm throwing ragdoll parties. No circus clowns.
No circus clowns allowed.
I might get some backlash for this, but you know what? I'm putting my foot down. My regularly sized foot. No circus clowns.
Next step. Seemingly out of nowhere. Spread the love.
Okay.
Help others discover their inner ragdoll, but don't be too pushy.
How can I do that if I don't know what it is?
Try to find people who already may be ragdoll-esque or seem like they would enjoy it.
But I don't know what it is.
Next step.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Build the network. As a culture, ragdolls are solitary and shy. Many ragdolls do not know others and keep their hobbies private.
Many ragdolls will not share anything about themselves online.
Seemingly as
in
if
person.
they don't exist.
Ragdolls will just more or less live in a void of some kind. Where
the
they
genderless void.
The genderless void where you definitely exist, but you also will not communicate in any way to anyone.
Yes.
In any way that defines yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, the parallels are striking. Okay, so you said give it to the gays. What if we give ragdoll culture to the non-binaries?
I'd take it. I'd be so happy. There we go.
There you go.
Many ragdolls. Okay, then next. Spread the word online and in real life to gap the bridges.
But you haven't done that.
Since the network online for ragdolls is basically non-existent, you have to build it yourself.
Okay.
Rob?
Yeah?
Is this article currently being like, you will be the pioneer? I've written this article, but you, the reader, you are the pioneer. We are the first podcast to ever discuss the ragdoll culture. Do you know what that's going to do
we've been manipulated into
for them? We've been got.
So we're the chosen ones. We've been manipulated into this. It's either manipulation or it's some sort of decree, a destiny type scroll, where you will go out and you will spread the word of our Lord.
And Savior, Tim Burton.
Zippy the Coast Dog? What was it? Zippy? Zero? Yeah, no, I like Zippy better. Zippy the Ghost Dog, because then you can get into some zippers. Zippers feels very ragdoll. I'm going to define what ragdoll is, and
it's
zippers
zippers.
is part of
it's
it,
and
clowns are not. Genderless, zippered,
non-clowns.
Ghost dogs, yes.
Yes.
Clowns,
you're out.
Out. Get out. The movie It, Pennywise, is not ragdoll culture.
I know what you guys were thinking at the beginning of this. Pennywise is ragdoll culture.
No.
Well, you fools, you've been got.
Guys, no. Girls, no. People,
no.
Whatever you are, no. Pennywise is not ragdoll culture, and I will please stop saying it. Please stop saying. Every day I wake up, Twitter alerts, CNN alerts, breaking alerts. Pennywise is ragdoll
culture.
No. Tim Burton was there first.
Tim Burton just wakes up every morning. His Google alerts go off. It's just Pennywise is taking ragdoll culture, and he weeps. He weeps.
Mm-hmm.
He just weeps into his coffee that I assume he drinks.
Black coffee.
Black coffee.
Yep.
And then this is the last step. Live, love, and be a ragdoll.
Okay.
Being a ragdoll is truly a personal identity. Since it is not a huge community, you truly have to be happy with yourself and not worry about feeling alone, though many do sometimes. Realize you are a ragdoll and love being who you are. It's as simple as that.
Look, you can absolutely be whatever you want to be.
You can take that step for anything, actually.
Do whatever. Yeah. Be whatever you want to be. Wear whatever you want to wear.
Yeah.
If you have figured that out, that's awesome. I'm like about to hit 28. I don't know what fashion is. I don't know
either.
How to do anything.
I have no idea. Sometimes I can't even match my own clothing.
We're looking at each other right now, you and me. We look like pieces of shit.
Yeah, I look like I literally am a turd that was scraped off of the wall.
Here's what I'm saying, though. Please don't try and trick me. I feel like we're being used to really push. We're being used as a connecting point, as is all 9,000 people who read this article. I don't appreciate that.
I don't like being trickered.
Timmy,
Tim, Mr. Burton,
Tim the Dark Man Taylor. Tim
the Dark Man Taylor.
Tim, I don't appreciate it. I'm just saying.
So that's it for this episode. This article was actually sent in on Twitter by Vic at 111 Girl. So thank you very much for opening our eyes to this incredible piece of culture. If you want to submit an article that we might read on the podcast, you can do so by tweeting us at How to Not Show or going on iTunes, leaving a 5-star review, and then linking a little thing, linking an article. I never do that part of this. That was very, very, very overwhelming.
You just kind of started it, and then you were just like, what words?
Like, help me.
I didn't know how to help. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's about it. So we'll be back. Kaitlyn, I think you need to play us out.
I will. I'm a ragdoll.
Oh, boy.